So welcome, cocksuckers and hoopleheads.
Motherfucking cocksucker.
Yes, to episode 5 of Deadwood, the trial of Jack McCall.
Yeah.
McCall. Yes, so in the last episode, Wild Bill Hickok was shot in the back of the head right at the end. That was sort of the cliffhanger it left you on. And now we pick up directly after that.
Yes.
Yes. Jack McCall is being tried, and eventually Al Swearingen, like he always does, manages to sway it into letting him go because it's better for the camp.
Better for business.
Better for business, yes.
Yes. And then at the same time, Calamity Jane comes across that diseased man from the last episode.
Yes.
Who caught that weird disease.
Yes, Andy Crane.
Andy Crane. In a drunken stupor, he comes across him. And Trixie, the prostitute, is looking after Mrs. Garrett and the little girl who was found.
The orphan, yes.
The orphan who seems to be passed around every single female character in this show.
Yes.
Someone looks after her at some point. And then Trixie goes to see the doc about...
Yes, she goes to see... What happened in that scene was... it's great when I show you have to explain it because of the dialogue. So
yeah.
She was getting a substitute for the opium to make it look... Basically, Al's put her in there to be like a go-between. To get his tentacles in like another area of the thing. On EB's suggestion, he wants to get her so doped up that she'll sell the gold claim, which is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars then to him for nothing. He thinks he'll do that, so he's got Trixie in there, but Trixie, feeling empathy for her because she's been in the same situation, decides to go to the doc to get something that looks like that, but will only alleviate her from her addiction to that. Yes. A lot of parallels in this episode to the film and the last one. That film, The Assassination of Jesse James by the Cowboy Bullock Ford.
Oh yeah.
Because that's another revisionist western where a pitiful human being kills like a great legend. Yes. So there are a lot of, some scenes even in this are almost the exact same. This were first by a good number of years. This came out in 2004 and that came out in like 2007.
Motherfucking cocksucker.
Yeah, but like the scenes where they're all waiting around for the to see the dead body and everything. Those are all like parallels between the two. And that's also about like this episode has a lot of bits about how fame was back then.
Oh yeah.
Because he's famous for just having killed him.
Yes.
Like the scene after he gets away with it when everyone was buying him a drink to get a signature.
Yes, yeah.
And also the one where the guy claims to have the bullet still in his hand even though he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes. What did you think of the trial of Jack McCall?
Well, it was another quality episode of Deadwood.
It was.
We had literally loads of great character moments.
Yep.
EB's monologue in the hotel was a standout.
That was a great standout, yes.
Where he's cleaning the blood off the floor and he's like, oh, listen to poor EB. It's basically the gist of his monologue.
Yes, and it has the bit at the end where he's like, every day of his life, because he's just terrified of Al.
Yeah.
Yes, another way it's showing Al's influence and how he's basically... Yes, how he basically controls everyone and he's made EB into a crazy mess, a borderline suicidal mess who can't even live a day without shaking.
Yes.
Yes.
I love all the kind of crazy moments the characters have in this one, like the priest who's clearly going insane.
Yes.
His sermons which just make no sense and ramble forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
There's a great scene at the end where he has like an epileptic fit.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
It's like I can't remember. I can remember what happens in the storyline. I can't remember what disease he gets, but he has like epilepsy or something.
Yeah. He was really fun.
Yes. Even though they do a thing, the show does it a lot where it puts like words of wisdom into the mouth of a fool. So his sermon is very rambling, but it gets to the key theme of the whole show, where he's talking about how the head can't tell the foot what to do, not to be there. He's talking about Deadwood as a community. So even its most pitiful person, which you could take in this episode to be Jack McCall, is still essential to the whole.
Yeah.
And we also see the first appearance, I think, of who's referred to as the Gimp, which is that woman with the leg.
Oh, yeah.
She's in it a lot more, she's right, but it's probably important that when that big car speech is said that she's in this episode for the first time.
Yes.
So yeah, that's sort of, the speech is meant to be because he's a fool at this point. He's basically going insane. But yeah, the speech he says, even though it is rambling, does get to the core of what the whole show is about. which is something that they'll do more later on with other characters who are like typical fool characters. That's the trial. Not the trial. There's like two key scenes in this, which is the burial and the trial.
Yes, yeah.
They're sort of like what's the word? Parallel each other.
Yes. Yeah.
So you've got like the good characters at the funeral and like the evil ones, sort of.
Yeah.
Like Al and Cy at
the trial. Yes. Yeah. I mean, in the end, Jack McCall is shown to be innocent.
Yes.
I love it when he's like, Wild Bill murdered my brother.
Yeah.
And everyone in the court knows he doesn't hold up.
Yes.
But Al's influence is so strong, he managed to sway the juror and the jury into, saying he was innocent.
Yes. There's also a parallel where the Soul Star also realises that it's probably the wrong thing to do to kill him anyway. Because it's right that what they're saying is that if they did kill him, it would mean that they wouldn't be able to annex anymore because they're making their own laws. So there's a lot of ambiguity within the episode, about right and wrong and all that kind of stuff. Yes, because obviously, again, being a revisionist Western and a standard Western, you would expect like Seth to heroically kill him at the end.
Oh yeah, in a shootout in the middle of the streets.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would grab the orphan child and be like, "I've gone crazy, I'm gonna kill her."
Oh yeah.
And Seth would have to like shoot him in the face before he could.
Shoot him in between the legs or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Seth rides off at the end.
Yes.
To do something.
Seth rides off to go and kill
Jack McCall. Yeah.
Yes. Again and all, but he's shown as being the upright sheriff or former sheriff. And he's basically homicidal.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He can't even control his own emotions to the point where he's like, he knows he might die. He's like, if I'm killed, look after the store, but he can't let it not be done.
Let it go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of great bits where there's lots of funny bits in this one as well.
Yeah.
You get EB trying to bid on the gold claim.
Oh again. Yeah. I hope you'll reconsider my claim.
Yes. That voice is great, by the way. It's an accurate representation of his acting style. Yes.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Yep. There's that one. There's funny scenes where the priest is trying to talk to him, and Seth is clearly way too angry.
Yes. Yeah.
What would you give this episode out of 10? I think it's a 9.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8.
Yes, an 8, yeah.
Yes. It's a step down from the previous two.
Yeah. After the high drama and practical perfectness of the last couple episodes, this one feels a little bit like a step down.
Yes.
It's almost like the kind of like the deep breath is when like Wild Bill gets killed. He's like, and this episode is kind of
Yes. This episode actually caps off a lot of like. This season's almost in 2 parts. You've got the bits where it's all about the gold claim and him getting killed, and then it moves on to other storylines, which I won't talk, obviously, to not spoil.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is almost like a transition point for the season. And I do think this episode is weaker than the last two, as you say, because it sort of feels like that.
Yeah, it's in between, yeah.
It feels like it's building up storylines.
Yeah.
Yes. Like the bits with him having the plague.
Oh yeah.
It technically is a spoiler, but one of the episodes, I think the next one is called Plague.
No.
So if you've read the DVD booklet,
all the descriptions of how detailed synopsis on the DVD menus.
Yes, you will know what's coming. But yeah, sort of that kind of stuff feels a bit like getting in there for later episodes.
Yes. I was trying to place it, trying to work out what I was putting in that scene.
Yes. Loads of great moments.
Yes.
Funny, great Al moments.
Yeah.
They're adding a bit more ambiguity to him. Yeah. Does he care about the campers? Is he just trying to make money? Goddamn money. The brilliant bit where he says he's going to kill Jack McCall if he stays in town.
Yeah. I also realised the line where he tells the owner of the new bar, he's like, "Don't you wish you could just ram him and just throw him in the river?"
Yeah.
That pretty much sums up his character. He's like, I just wish I could just ram him and just throw him in the river.
Yes.
That's all he cares about.
All he cares about is his money and his bar.
Money and his bar.
And his horse.
They're cunts.
They're cunts. Yes.
Also, there was a really funny line where he's like, "Do you want a blowjob while we're talking?" He's like, "No, that wasn't my personal offer."
Yes. Great dialogue. Just a bit not as tight as the other episodes.
Yeah, not as tight. Yeah.
Yes.
It's capping off stories from the first 4 episodes, and like you say, it's
transitioning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same stuff up next. So I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yes. I also think that at this point the Seth character is a bit of a cipher.
Yeah.
He's the angry man.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm waiting for Seth to kind of step up a bit as a character.
Yeah.
So far he just seems to be like in love with Wild Bill. I think he was.
Yes.
I think he had some homosexual desires for Wild Bill. Who wouldn't with his long flowing hair and
his troubadour look?
Yeah. Yes. Who wouldn't? But I like the scene where he's choking.
Another great scene, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Why are you crying?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not crying." I really love that scene.
Yes. There's some great bits. Yeah, it's really dense again.
You're really dense, yeah.
The whole thing is just so dense. Like, there's also the idea of destiny, like with Seth again. Like, is it like he's so angry because he was fighting against the idea of going to fight for Bill and his love for him.
His love for Wild Bill Hickok. He loved Wild Bill.
Yes.
He had a bit of a crush on Wild Bill, I think.
Yes. Because that's why ultimately the priest's words to him are getting to him so much.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's all about what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, great episode. And from what I remember, the season sort of it's got a few more episodes that are a bit slow, and then like the back half, like the last 3 episodes are amazing. But this sort of slower pace, like there's a lot of stuff in this where it's just characters doing things. Like the bit where there's no need for it to be so long where they're making the casket.
Oh yeah.
Or for the long bits where it's like people in queues waiting to go see Wild Bill. But yeah, that we're getting more into just this is the town.
Yeah.
We're like just seeing glimpses of the day in it and stuff. So that's sort of the direction it's heading. But yeah, great episode.